I am about to show you something that's a little embarrassing. You can kind of see it behind me. I'm in my freeze drying room. I tore this room apart after our garage sale that we had 2 weekends ago. And have I put any of it back together and cleaned it up and organized it? No. Do I need to do this now? Yes. I've been putting this off for quite some time. But here, do you want a tour of the dirty freeze drying room? Don't judge me. So my shelving rack is where I keep all of my freeze drying accessories and tools that I need. My freeze dryer is here on this metal rack. A lot of people ask me where I got this rack from, and I'm sorry I don't have a great answer for you because I purchased it used from Facebook Marketplace, so I suggest checking there if you're looking for this. You might call it like a food prep table. It's a stainless steel like food prep table, I think is what you might call it, but it's for like use in a commercial kitchen, that type of thing. But it is perfect for my freeze dryer. I love that it has a shelf on the bottom to be able to hold my pump and my drain bucket. And then it fits my freeze dryer perfectly with 4 trays. I love it. Okay, I am can't believe I'm showing you this. I mean, it's not terrible. It could be worse. It could be worse, right? Okay, let me show you. We've got a trash can that needs to be emptied. This is another cubby unit that I have not gone through in quite some time that just has some supplies, random bids that I probably don't need. This needs to be taken care of. I've got dirty trays up here. I've got my food funnel that I need to clean. This is just sitting here, not put away. I've got a drain bucket that needs to be emptied and cleaned. Over here on my rack, I have candy. A lot of this candy is getting a little old. I'm gonna keep the stuff that is still sealed, new in bag, but like most of this is opened and I think probably not that good anymore. Some of it's fine. I'm gonna go through that. Coming around to here, we've got a cell phone. This is where I took everything off of this shelf and just threw it all down here. I know I don't need all of this on my shelving, and I would really like to streamline this and make it not as cluttered and messy. I've got lots of food that needs to go to my prepper stash in the other room, and so much stuff piled up on here. My plan was to give myself 20 minutes to be able to take care of all of this. I don't know if I can do it in 20 minutes, but shall we try? I think we shall. Do you peep what's outside? I can finally have my curtains open. It's sunny. There's no snow. The grass is starting to turn green. It's making me very happy. As I go through all of my stuff when I'm reorganizing my shelf, I will point out to you my favorite freeze drying supplies that I use like on the daily, things that I recommend and things that maybe I don't recommend so much. I'm going to try to only keep things that I know I'm going to use. So I'll show you those as we go along through the process. The time is 4:20, so our goal is to be done by 4:40. Let's get going. I'm going to first start with tackling the candy. I really don't need most of this, so should we just pull over the trash bin? I know my kids are going to want some of it, but do they need candy? No, they don't. So I would rather just be gone. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay, trash can. It's here. You're going to have to tell them I didn't do this. I've got 2 giant bags of Jolly Ranchers. I don't need that. This is the older bag. Bye-bye. This is a bag of High Chews and Starburst mixed together. I don't need it. I've got 2 bags of High Chews over there. This one's hard to throw out. Okay, you know what? I'm going to save this bag because my husband teaches a class at church and he gives the kids a little treat on some Sundays when they are behaving well. So I'm going to save this for him. I will put that in his church stuff. Does that sound good? Okay. I don't need this many Jolly Ranchers. This is my problem. I like start to get rid of stuff and then my hoarding tendencies come back and it's like, no, I need to keep it. I might keep that. The ice cream cones, I don't need those. Here's another bag of Starburst. These are expired. We're saying goodbye. Opened bag of M&Ms. We're saying goodbye. We've got some mystery bags of food. What was this? This was something I made recently. I don't know. I'm hoarding again. Big hunks. These are expensive and I can only get them on Amazon, so I am gonna keep these. I don't think they are expired. Do they have an expiration date on them? I don't know. Not that I see. So we're gonna hold on to these. I'm gonna figure out what these are. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll open one of these bags because I really want to know what's in here. It's annoying to I'm gonna have to waste a bag to open it to see what it is, but I cannot remember. Maybe you'll remember because I'm sure I made a video when I made them. What are they? So for my candy, I'm dropping candy like flies. Okay, we're gonna keep the Jolly Ranchers. We're gonna keep the new high shoes and the big hunks. I'm gonna put it back down on this shelf right here, and that's good to go. My freeze dryer accessories, I used to keep here on the very top of the shelf. I don't like them up there because they're hard to reach. So I think I'm gonna put them on this shelf here just so they're more easily accessible. First accessory are my silicone cubes, molds. Cube molds, is that what we're calling them? I don't know. These were very expensive. I think they're around $80, I wanna say, from Harvest Right. They are great in quality and they fit great on my trays. I just don't use them very often. So I don't know. I need more ideas for uses for the molds. I do want to try to make a Jell-O snack. I have not done that yet, and I would do that in the molds. So maybe I'll do an upcoming video and see how it goes. But yeah, I don't use these very often. So I don't know that this was the greatest purchase, but that's okay. My Harvest Right tray lids are something I use almost every time I freeze dry. These are definitely worth it. I use them all the time. They're great. You can also use them as a tray itself, which is kind of cool. I also have the tray lids from freezedryingsupplies.com, and these are very nice. They're really good quality. The only struggle I have with them is they're sometimes hard to snap onto the trays. These really snap on tight. So if you have something that's like liquidy and it's hard to get on, I find that I spill. But some of my trays are a little warped, I wanna say, so it might be like my tray issue and not these per se. But I don't know, I just find them a little hard to snap on sometimes, so I tend to use those ones more. But these ones are less deep, so they don't stack up as high and take up as much space in your freezer when you're pre-freezing things. So there's, you know, pros and cons here. Try to make this look a little nice. These are my silicone molds from Amazon. These are great, great quality, work great. We're just gonna stack these there. I think I've got 3 sets of tray, no. Yeah, I have 3 sets of tray liners. Are they all here? I don't know. We will see. Because I have a set of these black ones that are also from Amazon. These are not made of silicone. They're like a fiberglass material, I think. But I really like these because you can lift them out of the tray and like pour things into jars easily with them. Where's my other ones? I don't know. They'll probably turn up, won't they? I'm just gonna stack my liners up here. I've got one of my sets of trays. I have to look at them to make sure they're all clean, and they are, so that's a good thing. I do love having 2 sets of freeze dryer trays because you can have 2 different projects going at the same time. You can have things pre-freezing while you're using your freeze dryer, or you can, if one set of trays is dirty, then you can use your clean set and rotate them out that way. That's usually what ends up happening for me. I've got my other set of trays here with the Harvest Right liners, which I really like these too. These are really nice, lightweight silicone liners. These need to be washed, so they're going. I have these white bins that I use for when I am like displaying and selling freeze-dried candy. You could also use them to hold like bags of freeze-dried food. They're really just nice for organizing and storing things. Since I'm not displaying any candy on here anymore, I think I'm just gonna like stack them together and put them down low because, or maybe I'll hold some stuff. I don't know. I'm like thinking out loud with you guys. We'll see. Oh boy. For now, I am gonna put these next to the candy, and I think I will open these 2 and I might use them for something. So my past self bought myself a notebook and pens for me to start like actually planning out my videos and getting myself organized for once. And I just barely found it. I forgot I had it. We will put these there for now, but they're not gonna stay there. I've got some egg powder because I used these in a previous video. And so they need to go back to my prepper stash. I'm gonna get a box because I have a ton of stuff that needs to go back to my prepper stash and just start filling it up. I have a lot of mason jars and not a great way to display them. Oh. So I'm thinking I will just set them up here on their own. The little ones I might put in a storage bin, but these big ones can just go there. I like to have them available for when I want to use them, because I do store a lot of my freeze-dried food in mason jars. Okay, these are just some extra lids. I can go there for now. Okay, we're making progress. Getting some more trash. Whatever. And then I've just got some random smaller jars. I might try just keeping them in there, see how it fits. Okay, I now have another trash bag I can use. I had bought this as a scrubber to clean some stuff in my freeze dryer. It didn't work out too well, so it's just going to the trash. I like to keep cleaning supplies in this little cute basket here. So these are some little spoolies to clean pipes and drain valves. And then I keep Clorox wipes in here to clean my counter. I like to have a roll of paper towels. I should find my alcohol. I use isopropyl alcohol and like a water solution to clean my freeze dryer. I think it's upstairs right now. I do use vinyl gloves for when I'm like doing candy and certain foods that I don't want to be using my hands. I'm gonna keep my gloves in this basket also, just so that they're all right there ready for me. I'm starting to grab piles from the desk. I'm just getting more boxes of trash. Okay, I need to figure out what to do with these. I had them sitting in this basket and look, they're not straight anymore. These are tray dividers from freeze drying supplies, but I think I can mold them back straight. Okay, that's not too bad. I need a better way to store these though, so that they lay flat and don't have to get all bendy. But it's nice when you get these, you get a ton of these dividers. So you really can divide your trays up into individual portions, which is kind of cool. I haven't used them that often just because I haven't been portioning out my freeze dryer meals, but I'm going to start doing that eventually. I'm gonna, I think, put my short pieces in here. See how many you get? It's actually really nice. I think I'm just gonna leave these flat next to the stand-up container right here and just see how it goes. Where do I want it though? I don't use it that often, so I think I'm gonna just slide these down. So that I have my most used to my not as often used section. And then hopefully these will straighten out more. That'll work. Oh, I'm still finding more. Apparently I have them everywhere. I had purchased these tray dividers from Amazon just to see if I liked them any better than like those ones. I don't know. When you buy the pack, it only is enough for one tray. And I guess I'm just not good at making my food into even portions. I always just like eyeball everything. I don't even know if it's worth keeping. I wonder if I should give them to someone. I don't know. I don't know. For now, I'm going to just store them in here. And then if I still haven't used them in a few months, then that'll be my sign that I know I'm not going to use them and I can get rid of them. These are 2 food prep bowls that I got from Costco that I actually really like. I use these for when I'm making like homemade sour Skittles, that kind of stuff. I mean, you could use them for anything. I'm gonna keep them down here because I definitely don't have room for these up in my kitchen where I would maybe use them more, but that's okay. Okay, what's funny? It says these are from Winco, but I bought them at the Costco Business Center. Random. Maybe we will go here. Got a little set of mini tongs I have used for vendor events, passing out samples. These I might go put up in my kitchen because I don't need them down here. These are our N95 masks that we purchased for my volcano prep when it was all the talk around town that a volcano was about to erupt near Anchorage. Has it erupted? No. I did hear news whose friend was a scientist who studies the volcano that the alert is not as high anymore, that there's not as much of an immediate threat as there was a few months ago. So I don't know. There's probably not going to be an eruption, but if there is, we're prepared. I'm going to put these just back in my prepper stash. I don't want them in here. So yeah, I have this bin that I need to use and my label maker. I do find myself using this. This is a really cool thermal label printer and it can handle different sizes of labels. You connect it to an app on your phone, you type in whatever label you want and it'll print, and hundreds of them super fast. So I really liked this. I will link it in my video description below because it's been really good quality and worked really well. And you can do different types of labels and stuff. It's pretty fun. I think I'm gonna store this in here with its accessories. And so then when I need to use it, I can just pull the bin out and go from there. I know I have more labels somewhere. There's that. I found more food that needs to go to the prepper stash. This guy too, but this I'm gonna go put up in my pantry. This was just the fruit that I made in my last video. That was really tasty. We need to eat this. So I'm gonna go just take this upstairs to my kitchen. If you're shocked at the chaos I have been living in, just know that things have been very busy around here the last like couple of weeks. I've been like barely keeping my head above water. If you've heard of the term Maycember, how May is like the busiest month of the year and along with December, because like all of the things happening, the end of the school year, all of the kids' activities like coming to an end. Last week we had a school event every single night of the week to be at, on top of gymnastics that we're trying to get to. Just so much. And so my channel here and my ability to freeze dry has kind of taken a back burner, which I am very sorry about. I have missed, you know, keeping up with my videos and chatting with you guys and all of the fun stuff here. I promise things will get better, especially once school is out. It will get much better. I have been working more days at the school because of their needs. They're having all of the end of year meetings that they're needing substitutes to cover classrooms for. So it's just been very busy and I'm exhausted, but we're doing okay. And I'm just so happy that it's daylight out. It doesn't get dark until like 10 o'clock at night now. And it's light and bright early in the morning. And that's just filling my soul. I am thrilled about it. But yes, that's my excuse for my chaotic freeze drying room. Okay? I've got an excuse. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. Next, okay. I need to give this a home. Where do we want to keep this? I am thinking this is my vacuum sealer, my vacuum jar sealer, which I am obsessed with. If you are going to be storing food in mason jars, you want one of these. Oh look, it fits in one of these little guys. Maybe I want it in a big one so that it matches that one. I love these bins, but they stick together. Now I just dropped it. Are we okay? I think so. Okay. This guy's gonna live in here. It needs a charge soon. It's not dead yet, but I have not charged this since I bought it a few months ago. The charge lasts so long on here. What is next? Remember when I made homemade sprinkles? The sprinkles are here. I need to use these. Why is this down in my freeze dryer room? I don't know. This will go up to my kitchen. This will go up to my kitchen to be washed. I haven't checked in on the time. I failed. I failed miserably. It's already 4:50. It's been 30 minutes. I've been yabbering too much. I'm gonna blame it on that. Okay, well, we're gonna get this done regardless. Okay, I need a system for my bags, my freeze dryer bags, my candy bags. I've got a bunch of these clear bins. These ones are from Walmart. I need to get some Goo Gone to get the like white off of the sticker from off the front, because that really annoys me, but I haven't taken the time to do that. But I'm thinking I'm gonna store my bags in these bins. So let's see. Here are my bags. I've got some smaller bags back here. I've got, these are like large bags that I have back here. One leftover Harvest Right bag. These are my favorite bags lately. I like them because they have the gusseted bottom and the zip top. They're just really nice for storing food. Great quality. I'll have those linked. Those are my favorite bags to store food in right now. And then these are my favorite candy bags for like Skittles. These ones are great for bigger candies that have like Jolly Ranchers, bigger things that are more fragile because the bottom opens and you can fit more better. I'll have those linked too. But all right, there's my bag. Another must-have item is my kitchen scale. I use this for weighing my trays when they come out of the freeze dryer to test if my food is fully freeze dried or not. I'm wondering if it can share a bin with this guy. Yeah, do we think that's fine? I don't know. I don't really like that. Oh, sideways, it's fine. Okay, I think that will live there. I found more freeze-dried food. Shall we do a progress check? We've made some headway. The floor is looking a lot cleaner. Over here, we're getting there. We're getting there. I have a bunch of brown paper sacks that I've used for when I am selling freeze-dried candy. I give it to them in this. I don't really have a need for these anymore. I mean, I could pack my kids' school lunches in them, but they use a reusable lunchbox. I don't know. I might just throw them. Maybe I'll bring them to the school. I bet a classroom teacher might have a use for these. Okay, they're leaving the freeze dryer room. This was all the stuff on my cubby cube holder over there. More lunch sacks. I don't think I have a use for this bin. That's gonna go in the giveaway. Labels, let's see. So in this bin, this was my workstation for when I was sending you guys Christmas cards. If you didn't get my Christmas card, here's what it looks like. If you sent me a card, I tried to send everyone a card back. These were adventures from our life in Alaska and traveling up here in our RV last summer. Such fond memories. So a lot of you may have gotten this from me, but this is where just I had all my labels and my stamps. I think I should just get a bin and put these in there, except I'm not going to use them next year. I can use the envelopes though and the stamps, so I'm just going to hold on to them. This is another item that just needs to be washed. But I do store my freeze-dried candy in here, like when I'm just dumping bins of it and then bagging it up. So I'm gonna wash this, but I do like to keep these here in my freeze dryer room. A Christmas tablecloth from my freeze-dried candy market. That can go in the trash because I know it got holes in it. Got a towel down here that needs to go in the wash. I've got a reusable bag. What's in here? A receipt. Is it a receipt I need? Yes. My receipt stash just goes in there. Okay, the bag I like to keep for grocery shopping. So I did not know I had all of this in here. This is my leftover fruit from when we went to Disneyland. I apparently traveled home with it all in this bag. So we need to be eating this. Maybe I'll display some fruit so that it looks pretty and fruity up here. That could be cute, right? And yes, I just said it would look cute and fruity. So let's move this, because that does not need to be there. Because this is kind of the angle that you see a lot in my videos. And I think it would look nice to have fruit showing. A lot of these are broken because they traveled on the airplane in my luggage. But it's still good to eat, even if it's broken. I've got one more of these bins that will fit right here okay. And maybe that's where I'll just put some miscellaneous stuff. I don't want it to look junky and messy, but I think that will be okay. This is a camera holder that broke, so I don't really need that anymore. Labels that I don't need. Sharpies are always something I need in my freeze dryer room. So that is gonna go in my miscellaneous bin so that I know they're there. I have no use for this bin. That can go away. I had purchased this to be like a scoop to scoop food out of my trays. I never use it. I don't really like it. It doesn't serve the purpose that I wanted it to. So that can go in the donation pile. I've liked this tray for when I have done samples at candy markets, but I'm not doing those anymore, and I'm sick of just holding on to stuff because I have it, so that will go to the donation pile. Okay, I really like these zippered bags. I am definitely going to hold on to these. I bought these to organize my family's games. Instead of keeping them in boxes, I put with my label maker the name of the game, stick them in the bag, and it's just like keeps them so much neater. So I just need to find a home for these. It does not need to be in my freeze dryer room. I'm gonna stick them all in one bag. But like they came in a huge pack with different sizes. You can store all kinds of things in here. I really liked these. They're from Amazon. Another candy bin that needs to be washed. I feel like I've just been making piles from this side of the room to that side of the room, but at least it's organized piles. These are all things that need to go upstairs. So I'm gonna take them out of the box and put them in a bin. I had to move my heat sealer the other day when I was sealing a bunch of candy and I couldn't do it over in my corner. So I'm gonna go put this back. I'm down to the last few random bins. These are bins that just need to go upstairs. More Amazon purchases that I don't really use. This is the Amazon dupe for the Harvest Right ones. I definitely think the Harvest Right ones are nicer quality. Like they're just easier, like softer material. And when you buy this, you only get one. So if you're unsure if you want to invest in the $80 like whole pack of them, I think this was around 20 bucks for just one. So if you want to start with one and see how it goes, but I don't know. I don't really use it. And then I got these little things that I don't use either. I know I'm never going to use these. These are going in the giveaway. I think this is two. I don't need it. I don't need it. I found a tray liner. That will go there. I'm going to put my giveaway stuff in this bin. And I found more fruit. Some stuff I have down here that I don't need anymore are a bunch of shipping boxes. I thought once upon a time I would be shipping things, and I'm not doing that. So I don't need these boxes. I am just gonna ask around to some of my friends to see if they could use any of these boxes. Like, have these too. They're really nice. I don't want them to go to waste, but I know I'll never use them. I think I'm just gonna stack them here under my desk for now until I can find a home for them. I need a place to put my food funnel. This is probably one of my favorite things that I have. Now that I have it, I feel like I can't live without it. It's so nice for packaging up your freeze-dried food because you can dump it in and it'll funnel it right into whatever vessel you are using. I will have this linked in my video description. Highly recommend. I want to see if it fits on this bottom shelf, but I think it won't. Will it fit sideways? No. I could take it apart, or I could just have it live on my desk. But it is kind of annoying to take apart because you have to unscrew each side, so I don't want to always have it taken apart. I found this. This is like a little rubber bench scraper. I use this for making my sourdough bread, but I also use it for scraping food out of my freeze dryer trays. If it's like a liquid or a powdery item, these work great. So I am just gonna keep this in my random supplies bin right here. You guys, I think we did it for the most part. Wait. I found some money. Okay, this was from when I was going through my money bin from the garage sale. And I pulled these coins out, well, some of them, because we had a Canadian coin. This was like, I think coins, I don't know if they were my husband's or what. Oh yeah. And then we have a Philippines coin. Yeah, this is from the Philippines. And then we have a really crusty old $50. This is from 1976. I think this was mine. I don't know, but I need to go put this in our little coin collection. I've got a few extra bins, and I'm just going to store these ones on the bottom shelf for if I find a use for them, then I can use them. If not, no biggie. They can just live down there for now. And I think we did it. Let's give you a tour. Okay, it's almost done. I'm so happy. Here is my beautiful clean desk. Nothing on the floor besides those boxes, which hopefully will be gone soon. Here is my rack. So much more organized. I mean, it's still not completely aesthetically pleasing, but that's fine. It's functional. All of my tray supplies are up here where I can access them easily. Next, I've got my jars. I've got my fruit. These other supplies that I will be using fairly often. Cleaning supplies. Random Sharpies. My label maker. The candy I wanted to keep. All my bags are right down here when I need my bags. I've got my prep bowls and then the extra bins. I think this is going to work so well. I really have high hopes for this system. Let me show you the rest of the room because I'm not done. I did empty out my trash bin. I need to go empty my drain bucket. I wiped off my counter. I do need to clear out and assess these cubes at some point. I'm not going to do that today. I'm kind of out of energy for that because I went way over my 20-minute time limit. I'll let you know my final time here in the end, but we've still got another pile to deal with. These are like my lights and stuff, so we're just ignoring that, but I've got my 2 trash bags, my donation bin, random bins. These boxes are trash. I've got my stuff to carry upstairs and clean, the candy for Nate, other stuff to carry upstairs and put away and trash. That's not fun stuff, so I will do that as soon as I get off here. Remember the bag. Should I open it and see what's in here? I gotta do it. Just so you know, also, if you are interested in buying a freeze dryer, the month of May is a great month to do it. They are doing their Mega May sale, but they have given me my own exclusive $100 off discount code. So you get an extra $100 off the already sale price, which is amazing. The discount code is FD Society. I will have it written here on the screen, and you just need to go to the link in my video description below, click it, and when you check out, add in that discount code, and you'll get $100 off. That's amazing. I'm so excited. So, to get ready for gardening season, I remember what this is now. Oh my gosh. But to gear up for gardening season, you're going to want a freeze dryer. Okay? So get yourself one. FD Society is the discount code, all caps lock. Okay, any guesses? What was in here? I did not remember this whatsoever. It was meatloaf. Meatloaf. Smells meaty. Maybe I should go make my family eat this for dinner tonight. I think I might, because I haven't planned anything. Thank you all so much for watching. Y'all are the best. I really appreciate your support. Sorry I've not been on here as much as I would like to have been. Hopefully that's going to change. Y'all are the best. Thanks for sticking with me. Remember, when you freeze dry today, you secure your tomorrow. Bye, friends. Let's go have some meatloaf for dinner, shall we?